Hello, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural Zelda Dungeon Olympics. My name is Poppy, and I am joined today by two beautiful co hosts, Myth and Jackson. We will be taking you through all of the fierce competition today. We've got 27 runners across four teams representing the various disciplines across all of Zelda Dungeon, including the podcast team, the writing team, the social media team, and of course, the dungeon runners. We're going to bring you 12 games in total for your enjoyment today. The winner of each round will take home 4 points for their team, and each runner up will take one less than that, with second place getting third place getting two, and last place getting one. All determined by our panel of professional judges.
Some of our teams are unable to field all players for every game, which makes sense. These are some of the hardest games known to mankind. Like, all of the people here have been training their entire lives to be here and perform on the world stage.
Jackson, the pressure may get to some of them. Do you think that they are prepared for what they're going to have to endure today?
I think everybody who's here is more than ready. They've been working for months, possibly years, preparing for this event to showcase their skills and take home the gold.
Well, I am absolutely looking forward to it. We do have our first game coming up here. That will be the shooting galleries. Jackson, why don't you take us through what our runners are going to be experiencing in this event?
With this event, teams will be sporting 3 members per team, going through a collection of galleries, starting with the Ocarina of Time Kakariko Village shooting gallery, where a total of 102 points can be scored, followed up by Majora's Mask's Clock Town gallery with a possible total of 50 points, and ending with the Majora's Mask Swamp gallery, which will be 2,120 total points plus a time bonus. All of these scores will then be combined together for a grand team total, and that will determine their total score, winner take all.
Well, I think we are all on the edge of our seat waiting for this to begin. I think it's fair to say that this is actually bigger than the real Olympics. I don't really like to brag very much, but I think eventually you have to call a spade and tell it like it is. Myth, what's the thing you're looking forward to most today?
There's so many. It's like asking to, it's Sophie's choice. It's like, can you pick your favorite child? I'm sorry.
I wasn't ready. I was not ready for Sophie's Choice to come up on this broadcast, but here we are.
But definitely, we have an absolutely stacked 2.5 hours coming up. We're spanning the entire Zelda franchise here. We've got everything from the retro series all the way up to the most modern of games. It's yeah, I mean, I'm going to be leaning into my personal biases here if I decide to pick any favorites. But
of course,
I think that we're getting paid for our personal biases. That was what was in my contract, at least.
I mean, whether or not it's in the contract, I'm going to be biased. How could I not be?
Well, I think that personally, some of the games coming up, it's trying to see how some of our competitors compete, particularly in the games across the Link's Awakening. I know that there's a large divide in the community about 1993 versus the 2019 remake, which I think is probably the best remake in video game history. I'm really looking forward to seeing across those. And then I'm also looking forward to kind of the old school action of the Zelda 1, Zelda 2 relay. Very interested to see how that's going to go.
See, I myself am going to be more excited of either the Link's crossbow training contest, as I have it on good authority from personal sources that it is possibly one of the most frustrating events on this entire list and will be a true test of a contestant's mettle, or possibly the building relay challenge in Tears of the Kingdom, because who doesn't love a good bit of engineering?
And I think if there's one thing we can all agree that the real Olympics sort of lacks, it is engineering. I mean, name one sport. Go ahead, I'll wait. That's what I thought. And as far as Link's crossbow training goes, I mean, I think there's been a resurgence lately. The community around crossbow training has been growing, which is very interesting because I was there when it came out, and most people just put it in a drawer and forgot about it, which shows that it's very easy to be wrong about a game to begin with. All right, checking in with our tech team here.
Sorry.
Checking in with our tech team here
Yeah.
to see when we are beginning the first match.
Which I believe is going to be the classic archery.
All right. Seems we are ready to go. So, folks, it is time to kick off the inaugural Zelda Dungeon Olympics with the shooting galleries minigame. Let's
I
see
need to
how
go.
things pan
I'm
out.
joining in this.
What?
Oh, well,
Yeah, I'm competing.
happy
So
shooting.
I've got my
and-
setup in the other room, so I'll just hop out.
In the suit and
You
everything?
can handle commentary. Yeah, like
Good,
this
good
will be
luck.
fine. Right, see ya.
All right.
Jackson, did you know about this?
Don't miss. All right, so the contest has begun. Representing the Dungeon Runners team, we have Wes. Representing the writing team, we have, looks like Nick. Representing the social media team is Aaron, and representing the podcast team is Jules.
And honestly, look at the initial performance here. I mean, this is the kind of performance from everyone that I think we all wished we could have done when we were younger. I mean, some really clean play by Aaron and Wes on the top row there. I mean, very, very nice.
The fast reaction times, truly impressive.
Oh, and a little bit of
And a
the
little bit of
shot.
frustration.
I don't know how many times you turned around and did that when you were younger, but I never, obviously.
Maybe once or twice.
I never did that. That was much too violent for me to do every single time.
He'll be fine.
It does beg the question, if you run a business where your job is to hand weapons to people, don't you get nervous sometimes? I don't know.
I'm sure he could take it. All right. With the first round out of the way, we currently have a tie at the top of Aaron and Wes, rather, at 102. Jules coming in third at 101. And Nick coming in fourth with 62.
All right. Looking forward now to moving over to what I think is the superior Nintendo 64 title, Majora's Mask.
So, sorry. Hi, I'm back. My fiance just took the control out of my hand and called me a noob and said that she could play better. So,
All right. Well, let's see how Miss Fiance is going to do. Miss
Yeah, I mean,
Fiance absolutely
she's
obliterating
right.
Yacht Rocks.
but is that? Well, I guess she's got really on my thing instead.
Should you ask the judges if that's cool?
I'm sure. As a reminder for viewers who don't know how this particular shooting gallery works, you need to shoot specifically the purple Octorocks to gain a point. Accidentally shooting the blue ones will cost you a point. Not only does this have to be fast reaction times, you need to have fast recognition for colors.
Our runners are putting on a clinic here. This is going extremely well. Very few errors, if any. I actually don't think I've seen any errors so far. Really impressive too, because as much as I am a big Majora's Mask fan, the aim mechanics were certainly a product of the era in which they were made. Myth, your fiance is actually kind of killing it.
Yeah, I mean, she's cracked. Like, this is her favorite game. Yeah.
Looks like we've
Wow.
got 3 perfect scores and one so very close.
That was an excellent run. I mean, you can see why these folks are at the top of their game and have been for years now.
Truly impressive. But a wide variety of different scores. Shopkeeper maybe feeling generous or maybe feeling stingy? I'll leave it to you to decide.
It's going to be very interesting to see how the judges ultimately have to land on this one. I believe, based on the scores from the last game and this game, it's going to be interesting if there's another tie across, across our runners. That could be interesting. Of course, the final game is worth, an interesting number of points, let's say.
As it stands,
Yeah.
we still have a 2-way tie at the top between the riding team and dungeon runners. So this final round will decide it all.
This is definitely going to be the decider. There is a large spread of different scores that you are going to be able to get on this, because not only do you get points for hitting all of the targets, but you also get 10 points per second remaining on the clock at the end. So,
wow.
this is definitely going to spread out the field and really establish who the best in the world is.
All right. I think we're ready to go for the final round. Let's see how this thing ends.
Didn't they shoot this guy?
He's fine. Slap a Band-Aid on it. He'll be okay.
All right, and we are now shooting the Deku Scrubs. After the way that this game begins, I don't think there's anybody who is going to be hesitant about that. And getting the crows out of the air.
As a reminder for this one, each target has a different value. Deku Scrubs, both near and far. The crows and the wolf, as you just saw there. Making sure that you hit everything will be the determining factor.
The pinpoint precision to knock these crows out of the air, very, very impressive.
Yes. It'll be important for proceeding because in order to move to the next round, everything needs to be shot out or move off screen on its own. So missing something could cost you valuable time.
Oh, looks like Cal missing some of the crows as they come through there. Very unfortunate.
One of the really important things to note for this is that the wolfers only appear after an entire wave of things have been cleared. So all of the Gways get cleared, or all of the scrubs get cleared, then all wolfers will appear on screen. The scrubs, clearing all of those will cause the wolfers to appear at the top of the screen. The Gways will make it appear at the bottom.
And we have our first completion, Myth coming in with the perfect score. 29 seconds. That is quite the hefty bonus.
Myth,
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk to us about this?
Dreams are really good.
Wow, look at our runners. Really incredible here.
There we are. So 24-20 is our first place score. 23-30 coming in second. 22-20 coming in third. And 21-70 coming in fourth. Meaning fourth place is the podcast team. Third place is the social media team. Second place is the writing team. And taking home the gold, unfortunately for us, is the Dungeon Runners team. I'm not biased.
Unfortunately?
I'm not biased. I just think that the writing team is, kind of cool.
I mean, come on. It's a foregone conclusion, right? Dungeon Runners, we're the best. Like, we're
Nah. It's fine.
I did not realize that my co-commentators were.
We're like Norway in the Winter Olympics. We're always going to win.
Yes, famously, of course. Excellent performance that we saw there. Congratulations to the Dungeon Runners team and to my co-commentators, who I did not realize had such vested interest in the outcome here. Guys, everything okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Why? Perfectly good friends.
Cool. All right. So, my perfectly good friends, we see the podiums as they stand now, but I believe that what's coming up next may be an even greater challenge of skill, something that few have accomplished even to this day. Myth, will you take us through the next event?
Absolutely. So our next event coming up is Time to Draw. This starts to bring about the question of, is art a sport? We're going to be playing Skyward Sword, and we're going to be drawing a goddess. We're going to be drawing a Triforce on the goddess wall, and so I mean, it's as simple as that. You draw the Triforce on the goddess wall. Our panel of judges are going to be determining who's going to be able to draw the best Triforce. Obviously, highly rigorous and standardized sport. Definitely.
The 0% subjectivity.
No? Yeah, it's absolutely objective. Certainly.
Well, and I mean, I think I've got to give big credit to Nintendo for being the first and only company in the history of time to think, I don't know, maybe just make them draw something.
Who would have thought that Skyward Sword could provide a source of philosophy? Is art a sport? We're about to find out.
Where do you land on that particular comment, Jackson? I mean, how do you feel about that? This is a question for all time.
I feel like that's a question that could be turned into a daily debate that you can find at zeldadungeon.net, courtesy of the writing team.
Okay. And does the Dungeon Runners team have any particular comment on art being a sport?
I mean, there's it's basically going to come down to the results. You know, if we win, then yeah, absolutely. If not, then well, it's a farce, isn't it?
All right. Let's break it
I'll
up.
save my comments for afterwards.
Let's go. Take us in. Take us in.
Yes.
Let's see the next event.
Let's see how this goes.
The sword goes skyward. I get it now. Okay.
Now, the judging will be based on the accuracy and the subjective whims of the judges, of course.
It is interesting to see the deviation of path for all of our runners here. Okay.
That was
looks
quick.
like Dan got the first one done down there. Katie, who is a personal friend of mine and one of my very favorite folks in all of the Zelda community ever, doing a fantastic job. No bias whatsoever. And Aubrielle bringing up the rear.
Slow and
Scoron
methodical.
seems very excited about all of this.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that we were supposed to be doing impressionist drawings, but okay.
It's there was particularly I think a Renoir version on one of those as well. Not as pop art as one might have hoped to see these here. All right, we're gonna have to see what our judges come back with. Take us to the panel of judges if possible. We would really like to see what they had to say on this particular matter.
Yeah, there's going to be certain deliberation. Oh wow, the judges.
The judges have come back.
There we are.
Well,
Yeah,
my friend
and as
Katie getting third place. I mean, shout out to Katie.
All doubts as to whether or not art is a sport, I think, has been put to rest, and that it most certainly is an integral part of the Olympics and sporting. And any of the detractors that may slanted the standards of the judging and like the sport as a whole, really need to be swept aside.
Jackson, any comment from your team did okay?
I'm starting to wonder if maybe the judges had been paid off, given that Dungeon Runners took first and Writing Team took last. But I'm here to be impartial.
Listen, I'm definitely not biased. I do partnerships between Dungeon Runners and Zeldathon, but that is by no means weighing in on it. I do want to say though, in your defense, the writing team isn't called the arting team, so maybe this was one where you could have stayed home. What do you think?
I think it's time to move on to the next section. What do you say?
The next section that we have coming up is the gliding challenge for a little game you might have heard of called Breath of the Wild. So our participants are going to have every in-game material available to them to reach as far as they possibly can, but they cannot use glitches, can't duplicate any items, and they can't go out of bounds. We're going to use the in-game timer, and we'll see how far our friends can glide. I assume that you two have experience with this game, experience with gliding in it.
A little bit, once or twice.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with the glitch you can do with moon jump and hopping off a horse at the right time, and yeah, you can when you go into this mini game, you get to glide infinitely because like when you glide and touch the ground, like you just don't stop gliding, you just like gliding along the floor and like hovering along the floor. Obviously, completely banned for this event because this is pure skill. Like this is just down to the skill of the individual, and no underhanded tricks here.
It will be interesting to see how far they manage to go, as I have seen in days past a glider who managed to go from the gliding tower all the way to Eventide Island without touching the ground once. Do our competitors have that level of skill? Only one way to find out.
We'll be very interested to see. Also, Jackson, I did notice that you have several co-commentators with you that you didn't introduce.
Yes, this is Miss Coco. She is quite tenured with this sort of thing. She thrives under the spotlight and has very positive opinions of the event thus far.
Yes, no, I personally am very excited to see what's going on. I think that the Dungeon Runners team, though, is quite frankly doing a great job. Just a really great job. All right, here we go. I believe we are ready to go over to the gameplay.
And so it begins. For this one, we only have 3 competitors, as you all can see. From the writing team, we have Julia representing. From the social media team, we have Katie. And from the podcast team, we have Allison. Let's see what they're capable of.
Did I mention Katie, personal friend, fantastic competitor, really unbiased, pulling for. All right, into the air they go.
All contestants have begun. Ooh. Interesting strategy. Katie using hot peppers to get more elevation to begin with. I've never seen that before.
What an interesting strategy.
I might have to boot up Breath of the Wild and try that out myself. That's basically getting a double of Rivali's Gale. I'm impressed. This will be a combination of elevation maintaining, make sure that you can stay in the sky, but also stamina management to make sure you don't accidentally run out and fall down without being able to save yourself.
Oh, and that was really quite excellent for Julia. That getting that extra updraft on the burning grass. You also see the same from Allison here. Just very skillful, very fun to see. Katie looks downright casual. I mean, Katie looks just relaxed, just
simply vibing in her element.
Yeah, athletes at the top of the sport do make these just look like a walk in the park and the easiest thing. But this is just a combination of decades of training and and especially in a sport like this. This is the marathon. This is an endurance event. This is about trying to stay up as long as you can.
Allison almost getting taken out by a rogue Choo-Choo. Something that our competitors are going to have to keep an eye on as they get closer and closer to the ground. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Very close save by Allison.
Yeah. This is Jordan versus LeBron versus Kobe here. I mean, you don't know. You don't know who to root for.
I know who to root for. Writing team, obviously.
No. Julia's got this. It's quite clear.
We'll see.
Did you guys...
no!
Oh, Allison.
We have our first contestant out.
Katie's still looking just downright casual. I mean, this is sort of... You see the other runners putting in all the effort, but will the effort be worth it? Meanwhile, did Katie just yawn?
I mean, not much you can do.
Oh, wow. Oh,
and down she goes.
Oh, I think maybe she turned her head just a moment too long to have that conversation. I mean, it's not the normal conversation you see of Olympian and co-star, but
can't afford to get yourself getting distracted, especially in a high-stakes event like this.
I think Julia's got it. I think it is pretty well sealed now.
At this point, it is now Julia simply flexing her skill and showcasing what an absolute expert she is at this event.
I mean, it's not just about winning the medals at the Olympics. It's also about the athletes at the top of their level. They are also going for the world records. So,
oh no, that's a Guardian beam.
There can be a competitor that is way ahead of the field, and it's clear that they're already going to be winning the gold medal, but they're still doing the performance of their life to set that record.
It's not just about winning; it's about making a statement.
Well, and of course, as they're making that statement, I think, the number of Olympic sports that I think would be improved by the removal of the Guardians shooting at the contestants. I think it's a controversial topic right now. I think that at the last skiing event at the Olympics in Milan, 2 of the contestants were taken out brutally by Guardian beams, and this is... I mean, I really think this highlights how unfair it is. I don't know how you two feel, but that's how I feel.
See, I have to disagree. As we're seeing with Julia's performance here, not only is it a showcase of skill of being able to continue your flight, it's an added level of skill to be able to gracefully dodge these Guardian beams mid-flight as if it was nothing. And the Guardian has given up, admitting that Julia is superior to it.
Much like how the athletes can compete at altitude in order to prepare their bodies in the harshest of conditions, and then they take off the proverbial training weights in order to compete. Dodging Guardian beams is simply part of the training regime.
Yeah, that does feel very much like how Piccolo trained Gohan. I think that is accurate.
It's always important to dodge. Now the question is, where exactly is Julia going?
I think that is a question we all sort of have to answer for ourselves.
We have what looks to be Mount Lanayru off to the left side. We can see what I think is Divine Beast Varuta off in the distance over there, if I'm understanding where she is.
Bird?
Hard to say. That might be Vonneburus. That looks like the Gerudo Highlands off to the right side. So I think you're right.
At this point, you have to wonder. We've all seen those football games where the team just continues to score touchdowns, even though the other team obviously didn't show up that day, and that's generally frowned upon. But I don't know. In this particular instance, there's a certain satisfaction with watching that number just get higher and higher.
If I had to guess, what I think is going on here is Julia's trying to set a record. Like I said, it's about making a statement. This is, after all, our inaugural Zelda Dungeon Olympics.
Oh!
There we are. So with
you hate to see it come to an end.
Convincing first place is the riding team, followed by a second place social media team and a third place with the podcast team.
Really excellent competition. Amazing to see. I think we all were a little heartbroken to see Katie's casual approach. I mean, an expert level clinic being put on, but it did look like she may have gotten just a little bored towards the end and sort of gave up. Perhaps we'll have to convene with Katie later and sort of ask what was that about?
No worries. All righty, folks. The next event coming up is going to be one of my personal favorites, the Tears of the Kingdom Relay Race. So this one is going to be a bit more involved. This is a 3-leg relay traversing water, land, and sky. With the water section coming first, contestants will need to build a contraption to cross Lake Hylia, going from the southeastern shore to the northwestern shore. The vehicle must not leave the water for more than 2 seconds or they will be disqualified. Also, as a note, auto building is banned. So while all of the supplies that are needed can be brought on site, they must be built on site by hand off the top of their heads. The sections will be not paused between any of them, so it'll be immediate water, land, sky, one after the other. The flatland section will go from the Tabab grasslands and the Osiria Plains up north through the Zocasus Ridge and the Grindon Plains, and finishing at the top of Mount Flora, which is down south, around a loop around Lake Hylia, for anybody unfamiliar with Hyrule's topography. The flying section, ending it off, will take place from the top of Mount Flora and flying to the top of Mount Grenag, where, very similarly, the vehicle must not touch the ground after takeoff, or they will be disqualified.
This is obviously a really involved and very, very skill-based, and I think probably one of our longer, at least set to be longer events, held here at the Olympics today. So you're going to get a chance to see our runners and our competitors really show you their stuff. They're going to have a lot of time to sort of stretch their legs, make something really impressive, and show you how it's done.
This is going to be a showcase of some of Hyrule Engineering's finest minds. Let's see what contraptions they can build and how quickly they can traverse the terrain and win this race.
As I understand it, we are ready to go, so let's see what happens.
Yep, we have our vessels crafted, created, and ready to So let's have like Nicole's gone for a very lightweight speedboat-esque design here, whereas Dan's gone for a much more engine-heavy fan setup.
This is pod racing, is what Dan's doing.
Yes, it is.
Whereas is this a full sailing vessel?
Yes, it is interesting to see Sophia's strategy of also using a sail. Most speedboat competitions I see don't often include sails, so it's a very non-standard approach.
Ooh, expert weaving by Sophia to avoid those pillars.
We see the opposite shore coming into view as our racers are on their way. It is difficult to tell who has the lead between Nicole and Dan, despite their very different approaches here.
Looks to be potentially Dan is slightly ahead as that island comes into view. But with the weather turning dark, we best hope that he doesn't get struck by lightning on the way.
Another one of those things you really wish they'd question, including in the real Olympics as well.
Another issue that we're seeing with Sophia is battery life management, as the more complex, large builds are very taxing on your battery capacity.
I just noticed one of the fans is pointed at the sail, just beautiful.
That's really clever, actually. I'm impressed.
The creation of a perpetual motion machine. We didn't think it could be done. Dan finishing first and very close. Very close there between Nicole and Sophia. I don't know how the judges managed to call that. That was close.
All right. We're being told technically it is based by frame race, so it came down to a literal photo finish.
Wow. Really impressive. All right, let's head on to the second leg here.
All right. Julia having a long, fast wheel car. Ooh. I like the rocket boost. Impressive.
Sophia, I mean, this is what my car looks like. I just didn't know anybody else's did.
I mean, hey, monster truck is just as valuable for racing. You don't have to worry about obstacles if you just go right over the top of them.
Yeah, this does feel like someone bringing like a stock car to a Formula 1 race.
My 2012 Honda Civic with no trim package looks just like that. I mean, exactly like that. Interesting design coming in on Palomar. Really interesting with the offset there, gaining a lot of ground, good traction.
Yes.
What is rolling in front of in front of Julia?
We're getting a battery boost, but going into the menu to pull out that battery might have cost him precious seconds. Let's see if it paid off or if that was a mistake.
So with Palomar's design, I think they've taken influence from the IndyCar scene and especially in NASCAR as well. With the ovals, because they're all turning to the left, the cars are slightly like the suspension is designed in a way to like lean towards the left because they're always going to be making the same turn. And here, the track is going to be turning to the left, so they're very much the suspension has been like offset here to account for that curvature of the track,
which might be a useful difference maker versus Julia's straight shot vehicle that will have a difficult time turning up here. Never mind, I stand corrected. Look at that thing go.
Oh, slight hiccup there, but
and I think Julia does seem to be very safely in the lead for the moment, but Palomar is right there.
Yeah, Palomar did get a massive catch up there during the turn.
And then Sophia being harassed by a couple of rogue monsters, but carrying on as if nothing's ever happening.
Of course, we do see here the classic dragon in the background, a proud feature of all Olympic Games, and I think we're all glad to see it here today.
Of course. A wonderful sight to see, especially on such a beautiful, clear day in Julia's section of the track.
The weather disadvantage for Palomar feels a little unfair, doesn't it?
Bit of a shame.
And the setup disadvantage, Palomar is basically playing on a fresh version of the game here. They've only got their one energy meter. They've lost plenty of time here to having to constantly reuse batteries and stuff. If we even level the playing field here and remove the time lost of pausing and equipping the additional battery, Palomar almost certainly secures the win at this point.
But could you make an argument case that they should think of that disadvantage and bring some of the portable batteries? After all tools are on the table, as we saw with the rocket boost. Anyhow, Julia coming in first with a commanding lead. Palomar rounding out second, despite the low battery disadvantage.
And the monster truck strategy, steady, slow and steady. Unfortunately, unlike in the Tortoise and the Hare, neither of our first two racers decided to take a nap in the middle of the race. All right, up the hill we go. Nice clear weather on Sophia's side as well.
Of the mountain.
We will be moving on after this slow and steady climb to the final segment. I can sort of just hear the engine in my mind.
So as things currently stand, who do you guys have confidence in winning?
Myth, just go ahead and get it out of the way. You can say it. Go on.
I do need I say clearly the Dungeon Runners team has already cleared up so many of the gold medals.
Yes.
I
It's okay.
don't really entertain the idea that any of the other teams are serious competitors.
You can admit that the riding team is better. I won't hold that over your head for you.
And these are edge cases, you can steal a gold also, and these will get argued in the course after the competition. But
this is the first I'm hearing of the impending lawsuit. Please promise you won't call me as a witness. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Sophia ran out of battery, and it seems not possessing any sort of Zonai charges, has to wait for it to recharge the old-fashioned way.
So Wes is going to be our competitor for the next round in the flying round, and they have built a majestic flying vehicle. It's truly it's just a wonder to look at.
Oh, and Wes is a noted competitor. I mean, just a true professional. I think we're all rooting for Wes here, right, Jackson?
There we are. All right, we are ready to go. It's time for the final leg of the relay race, the flying challenge, going from one mountain peak to the other. Let's see what our competitors can manage. Ooh, interesting.
Very, very different designs across all of our competitors.
So Cora going with the old-fashioned fan bike, single fan, no, double fan.
Oh, you're right. They are the same. There we go. The angle had me fooled as well.
We've got two double fan bikes here. A classic staple of any Tears of the Kingdom playthrough. And then Wes having quite the beast of a contraption.
One of the points of this is to create an original design vehicle. And Wes clearly wins on all counts in that instance. Everyone's seen the hover bike before, come on. But
yes,
has anyone seen the majesty of Wes's flying vehicle? No, they haven't.
I'm just surprised by the lack of a house underneath and an annoying kid that you have to take care of throughout the entire thing. That does seem to be the weakness of the design for Wes for me.
Also, the weakness seems to be the absolutely insane amount of battery usage. And Cora coming in with a resounding victory.
Has anyone talked to Wes about a famous event called the Hindenburg? Because I'm really kind of... I am kind of concerned.
As long as there's no time bombs on there, I'm sure he'll be fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is certainly a Eddie the Eagle esque situation of whose side is everyone on here?
I'm too afraid of the bodily injury that could occur in that bottom right corner to be on anyone's side right now. I'm calling the police.
It's fine. The writing team would be happy to have you on side.
It does seem to be entering a sort of a controlled free fall burn mode.
Indeed. Controlled descent to get out of the stratosphere and try to land it. I was wondering, uh-oh. Wes about to lose his balloons. Can he hold it?
But Wes is employing a new strategy here. This is falling with style.
You're saying that's Wes's strategy and not Buzz Lightyear's?
That actually worked out perfectly. Boom. Oh no!
Oh,
He
wow.
biffed it right at the end.
Perfect landing.
You have to admire the spirit. There's great spirit. This Electro Choo-Choo is.
And now he's stuck. A shame.
The Electro Choo-Choo is still in play.
Unfortunately, I think touching the ground there results in a disqualification since that wasn't touching the intended peak. Hard to say.
The first piece of ground that they touched was the peak.
Well, it looks like the judges went ahead and gave them third anyway, which I don't want to say was maybe a foregone conclusion, but maybe you'd like to.
I would absolutely have to say that, which puts the writing team in first, and I believe gives us a current tie at the top with 2 golds apiece with Dungeon Runners and the writing team.
It's a very interesting outcome that I personally could not have anticipated, given that I'm between 2 extremely biased co-commentators. Myth, how do you feel about the outcome of that?
You have a look at the gold medals that we won, and they've been clear, just sweeping wins in the competitions. Whereas every single win that the writing team has won has just been technicalities and things like that. So, these are not. It's not a fair comparison to say that it's a tie right now.
When your competitor lost by their contraption exploding, you thought that was a technicality?
Almost certainly.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I see what you're getting at for sure. Hey, Myth, why don't you take us into the next event?
Yeah. Well. So next up, we're heading over into Twilight Princess, and it's time to be a star. This is going to be the star minigame, where our competitors are going to be in the cage, and it's going to be a cage battle with claw-shotting our way around, collecting all of the collectible energy beads. I'm not sure what's the best way to describe these. They're
collectible shining balls, I think is the industry term.
And the fastest time wins. It's as simple as straight up race. So once we are ready, which it looks like we are all ready, we can head on over. Take it away.
Let the Star Games begin.
This is a lot more civilized than most cage matches you see, I'll allow.
This one's going to be significantly shorter given the nature of the game. The first competitor representing Dungeon Runners will be Rachel. Representing the social media team is Miranda. And the writing team is repped by Sherry.
I think there are very few items in the Legend of Zelda series as iconic as the hook shot, and the double hook shot just makes it fun.
Such a good weapon. Or tool. Very all-purpose.
Yeah, very much so. I genuinely, I remember being a kid playing Link to the Past, getting the hook shot, and that changed me forever. Our runners are taking really good, precise routes here to get, look at Rachel go. Get as many stars in a single go as possible. You can look at that, Rachel, great work there. See Miranda's lining up the final right now. Good. And we've got Sherry.
Absolutely nailing it. Sherry being very methodical and precise, making sure not to miss any of those particles, as doing so would be required going back. There we are.
Nice. Good. That was a clinic put on by our runners. That was really excellent play on all parts.
So, in third place, unfortunately, is the riding team. Second place comes the social media team, and first place, dungeon runners.
Here we are again.
Yeah, absolute standout performance from Rachel there, showing how much of a world-class athlete she is. One of our star athletes at Dungeon Runners. Setting some of the top times in Twilight Princess. Absolutely excellent in that game.
She did nail it. I have to give her that. Credit where credit's due. She put on a clinic, as you said.
Yeah, I think all three runners did it so much faster than you could see anyone casually do. Really fantastic work. I am particularly excited. I mentioned A Link to the Past a moment ago, and that was a perfect segue into what we're going to see next, which is A Link Between Worlds, a beautiful sequel that I don't think any of us ever saw coming. Our runners are going to be doing the chicken dodging mini game, which, of course, involves getting into the ring and dodging chickens for as long as possible. You can go up to 999.99 seconds, which can take about 18 minutes to do. So I don't know. Put your bets in now whether you think we're going to get to that mark. I think we're ready to find out.
The true nightmare of the Cuckoos, the real villain of the Zelda franchise.
And it's featuring the second villain of the Zelda franchise attempting to capture 3DS gameplay.
So for our contestants today, from the podcast team, we have Cal. The writing team is Ashton. Dungeon Runners comes Spawny, and the social media team is Julie.
And I'm sorry to say, Myth, I actually I'm a big Ashton fan and Ashton stan even. So I am so sorry. I'm really sorry. I do have to switch my allegiance just for this one.
Look at them go. This is giving me a little bit of anxiety watching them run around trying to avoid cuckoos the size of skyscrapers.
Yeah, these are some healthy chickens.
What are they feeding these things?
You ain't gonna see this at the rotisserie down at the supermarket. Oh, and it looks like we have our
down
first
goes Julie.
Julie. All of our other contestants playing it nice and cool. Cal doing really limited movement, which I think is an excellent strategy. Really putting on quite a show here.
Very precise, threading those needle gaps.
So, has Ashton put a tape over her timer?
Real competitors only compete against themselves.
Interesting strategy, actually. Putting tape over the timer so you can't see how long you've gone. Try to avoid some of that anxiety or worry.
Yeah, that's an expert level strat, and it just goes to show the skill of Ashton. Also, one of the greatest Spirit Track runners in the world, being one of the two Spirit Track runners in the world.
Truly an underrated game, if I do say so. Gets a bad rap.
Look at this. Now the big chickens are quite challenging, but the bullet hell. Oh wow, look at that dog.
That's some impossible RNG that Spawny got there. So unfortunate. It's the perfect triple triangle closing in. You're not able to dodge.
It's the chicken Triforce.
The chicken Triforce. All right, Cal and Ashton. Let's see. Ooh, wow. Ashton is getting some really unfortunate patterns. Cal is still using that limited movement tech, going really well.
He is so in control.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Down goes Ashton with a time of 1:62.82, meaning Cal is our winner. Now just piling on the time to set a record of his own.
I mean, just excellent play. I am so interested to see how far Cal can take this. I think we are all cheering right now.
Does he have it in him to take it all the way to the 999.99?
Do we have 20 minutes of commentary about chickens in us?
I mean, we can find a way. What's the first time you guys ever ran into a cuckoo?
And
learned the nightmare.
The year was 1994. That was
Tell you
just all right. The big chickens have returned as we pass the 200-second mark.
Beware the big birds. They look a little bit more frantic than the last time.
Well, if you consider their owner is
no! There was no getting out of that one for Cal.
What a performance, though. I mean, really incredible. Over 220 seconds on the chicken dodging. If you came close to that, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll wait.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, they were
over 100
really
seconds. That was impressive.
They were really hoping to hit the 5-minute mark, but it is an absolute standout performance nonetheless.
Yeah, so the podcast team takes down first place. That is excellent. We've got the writing team with Ashton coming in second. We got Smoney on the third place for Dungeon Runners, and last place, Julie with social media.
Very impressive all around.
That leads us off into our next game, which we are going to be heading over to the open seas. It's Wind Waker, and we're going to be handing out some mail. So we've got the letter sorting, which is... I have no clue, so I'm assuming that we're sending mail to people.
Yes,
I'm sure that we'll be able to just like pick up the mail as we go, but I'll just improv what it could be. So I guess we're just like taking the letters and sailing across the world and putting them in the boxes in the. I'm sure I'm right here. Wait,
not quite. It's the way that this mini game works. You've got letters with 6 different possible symbols that you need to toss. Like skipping a stone into the corresponding box with a matching symbol. If you get it in, you get a point. If you get it wrong, it spits it back out and you litter the floor like a degenerate. And who would do that?
Yeah, I mean, this is honestly, it's really interesting. We found out that this is the method that's been adopted by the United States Postal Service recently. So you're seeing a lot of kind of new strategies being done by folks that you might know every day and pass in your local store. So this is going to be really interesting. And I have been voting for, and I think a lot of people have been cheering for letter sorting to get into the real Olympics for a really long time now.
The competitive letter sorting scene has gotten very heated the last couple of years. So it'll be impressive to see what these athletes can do.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So our competitors are ready. So take it away.
All right. Our competitors here, we have Miranda representing social media, Jules representing the podcast, Wes representing Dungeon Runners, and Jackson representing the writing team. Definitely not me. It's not me, I promise.
Jackson, who is that?
It's I don't know. He sounds very talented and handsome, I will say.
I guess I can't disagree with anything you said there.
All right, in a 30-second time frame, watching these writers go, or these sorters go, it's interesting to see the different strategies.
And it looks like between Jackson and Wes, the race was pretty tight there, but it does look like whoever Jackson is won.
Looks like the writing team taking home the gold, just squeaking by with a score of 31, beating Dungeon Runners with 30, and then a tie for third between the podcast and social media teams for fourth.
I'm sorry, who?
Yeah, although I don't know, Mick, didn't your fiance play for you earlier? So I don't know.
Yeah, I did say, but like, but it wasn't.
You sound like you're struggling a little bit here with this one. I can't call foul on Jackson apparently summoning a body double to perform in this particular race. Jackson, do you want to get into the mechanics of how you produce the body double, or we probably don't have enough time.
I mean, it's entirely possible that maybe we have 2 Jacksons on the writing team. The writing team is a very large, diverse, and might I say, very, very talented team.
Well, I mean, by one letter, I guess. Sure, by one letter.
And also, not
You saw
being an
nothing.
expert on this, but I'm hearing protestations from our expert Wes. There is a version difference going on here. The HD version was the established is the version that we were not going to be using. We were going to be using the SD version. The HD version is far easier. Like this is comparing javelin to shot put. This is not a fair competition.
That's something we'll have to send back to our event organizers as feedback.
Yes, I mean, it seems the judges have made their decisions as far as this one goes. Let's go on to the next competition. Jackson, could you or your dark clone perhaps tell us about this next game we're going to be moving into?
Certainly. The next game up is another old school one, but in new school graphics. The Link's Awakening, specifically the remake version, we are doing the trendy game. So the way the trendy game works, you start with 50 rupees and have to collect as many figures as you can. Your attempt ends when you run out of rupees, but you are free to collect more rupees from the game if you wish.
Yeah, this one feels like it has the potential to be probably. I mean, this feels like it could be the thing that goes the longest today. I don't know if you guys have played the trendy game, but you can keep going on the trendy game for a while if you're really insistent about it. So I'll be really interested to see how this goes. Let's throw it over to our competitors.
Yeah, this is absolutely going to be
Dark Ashton. Well, there we go. We have another dark competitor.
I didn't expect it. I only know normal Ashton, and I like Ashton, but I don't know about Dark Ashton. I'll come back.
For this, from the social media team is Dark Ashton. From the Dungeon Runners team, we have Spawny, and from the writing team, we have Alex.
All right, and we are underway here. I don't think I'm alone in saying that this remake is just incredible. I mean, everything about it, just so wonderful. So it's nice to see it make its way into the Olympics, and the trendy game is a lot of fun.
Also, I'm getting note from the organizers that Spawny's file had a figurine already collected ahead of time, so a rupee was set in place. So, you know, a little bit of pre-game farming to try to get an edge. So just throwing that out there.
Any commentary on the accusations that have been leveled against the Dungeon Runners team all of a sudden?
I mean, absolutely not. Like this is a endurance event. The minor peculiarities of the starting conditions completely fade away over the long duration that this event is going to be. Like, we're going to be here for a vast while. It's like saying that the marathon winner doesn't get to win because they were a couple of millimeters ahead of their other opponent. And it doesn't matter where everyone else is starting in the marathon. It's such a long distance. Everything's going to even out in the game.
I will admit I've never actually done the claw game myself. I only ever collected the heart piece, so...
The claw game has a lot of idiosyncrasies to it, and there are moments where it will feel deeply unfair. I'll say it's the closest representation to a real-life claw machine I've played in anything outside of the Like a Dragon series. It is
also, we are being
punchy.
told by the technical side that, as a note for the viewers, the trips outside to place figurines, which is part of the minigame, has been cut out for the sake of a smoother viewing experience.
All right, Ashton finally getting the Goomba on the second attempt there. Those who are watching, Dark Ashton's Goomba did fall out on the first try that she made there, which is just one of the cruelties of the trendy game. Our runners, oh, there goes Ashton losing the 20 there. Our runners keeping their money in good supply, though.
Trying to collect those rupees is just as difficult as playing an actual claw game in real life. Those things are not kind.
Spent my entire childhood out front of Kmart playing one. I know.
With Dark Ashton having a lead and Spawny right behind, it's going to be relatively close, it seems, to see who can clear it all out the fastest.
So, what is everyone's experience with Link's Awakening? How did you play the original before playing 2019, or did 2019 happen to be the first one?
I played the first game years and years ago, and then when this game came out, I was all too happy to pick it up again and try it out. The developers, Grezzo, did an absolutely phenomenal job with the remake.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very young. I played Link's Awakening at a friend's house on their Super Game Boy. For those who don't know, that was an adapter for the Super Nintendo that lets you play Game Boy games on your television. Probably one of the coolest things that Nintendo ever released. And fell in love with that game then. And when the 2019 version came out, I was over the moon. And the art style is just so good. And I'm so happy that they recreated it for Echoes of Wisdom. This is one of those art styles that I really do think is kind of timeless. You know, I think you're going to be able to look at this game 50 years from now and still look at it and say, wow, that looks really good.
Alrighty. So it looks like completing this, Alex, having come in third, from what I have heard, due to misreading the rules and cutting their efforts short prematurely, which is an unfortunate happening in these high-stakes events.
Well,
yeah,
this
is the endurance category. We're not doing the sprint in this one. That is a different event that did not get featured at this year's Zelda Dungeon Olympics.
And Jackson, if it's any consolation to you, it's called the writing team, not the reading team. So I think, you know, that could be some comfort to you.
What are you trying to imply there?
Anyway, let's get back to the games. Looks like Spawny's lost the Inky into the dead land there. Looks like it's going to get pushed back and forth by the platform. Slightly more complicated. Not as easy a setup, especially because it looks like it's moving in kind of an unusual sort of way. Look at this. Hold on.
Oh. Going in for the rescue.
Wow! Hold on. All right, but that's okay because now it's out of the path now. So really well done trying to get the recovery on that one. It's going to cost a little more in terms of the rupees, which they only have 1,380 more. So pretty tight.
Almost to wonder if they're going to run out of money before they finish the event.
And they do manage to collect it. That was a lovely little setup there. When it's in the no man's land, getting knocked between the two platforms, it can be a run-ending scenario. But just employing the safety strat of getting it knocked out and a much more cleaner claw grab being able to be employed on the second grab.
It was an impressive.
It's just clearly showing the top skill level to be displayed here.
And Spawny losing the purple rupee. It's so easy to do. If you see, the rupees especially can fall right between the top and bottom sets from your perspective on the claw game and just roll right out. And that's what happened there.
Almost makes you wonder if it's even worth going after them in the first place.
Well, considering the
for the sake of the event, the answer is yes.
Yeah, the sheer number of rupees that Spawny has it makes maybe sure. Dark Ashton securing the next figurine there. This is easy.
Absolutely nailing it.
Spawny picking up the blooper, that hard-won blooper. All right, the next figure up for Spawny being the classic Shy Guy, and Dark Ashton coming in for that blooper. Let's see.
Oh,
Can
Shy
Ashton
Guy
get this in one shot? Oh, and Shy Guy does not cooperate. However, it does not land in the no man's land, so it shouldn't be too hard to recover. Oh.
It's the classic claw game problem of just the plushie's too big.
I mean, if Mario Soccer has taught me anything, it's Shy Guy is a very slippery target to try to deal with. Strikers, that's the game.
That was a great game for the record. I picked that up a couple years ago, and I had a lot of fun with that. All right, looks like Dark Ashton is trying to get the blooper out of the no man's land as well. Let's see.
Dealing with the same issue that Spawny had to deal with.
Looks like Spawny reset.
Ooh.
Spawny went ahead and reset the Shy Guy. Dark Ashton. Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, let's see.
Oh, we have a
Recovery.
synchronized claw grab going on here. Is it gonna make? I think they both
Patience.
collected.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Come on,
Oh,
Shy
it's
Guy,
rolling, it's rolling, it's rolling.
roll. Keep going. You know.
Oh,
Shy Guy said no.
Come on.
wow, that
Oh,
is
it's
just.
so close.
Oh, that's brutal. That's unacceptable.
His arm is brushing the conveyor belt. Come on, you can do it.
Shy Guy, the team.
Oh,
There we
oh,
go.
is that
there we
enough?
go.
There we
Okay,
go.
All right, all right.
Didn't get the grab, but got the movement.
All right. Dark Ashton, I believe, deciding whether to, skipping the 20. Spawny, on the other hand, grabbing the 20.
I mean, hey, they wouldn't have over 1,000 rupees if they didn't go for the money, right?
All right, now Dark Ashton moving on to the Shy Guy. I mean, the Shy Guy's physics, it's like climbing a mountain in Skyrim. You can do it. It's just not going to make much sense.
Yeah, but it's about the adventure. It's about having fun and breaking games because you can, not because you should.
And
Shy
is
Guy.
that a first try? Oh no!
Nope.
Oh no!
Shy Guy
It's-
getting slung off to the side.
This Shy Guy is just so uncooperative. Meanwhile, Spawny picking up the purple rupee. Let's see how that goes. Looks like it's clamped in there pretty good. That should be okay.
Dancing around.
Rattling around in there.
Dark Ashton having some difficulties getting hands on the Shy Guy.
Oof, that's gonna hurt. Dark Ashton only at 90 rupees. I am being told it looks like that some players did start with more than the preordained 50 in their wallet, but I am being told by the judges as long as they don't overspend, there won't be any risk of disqualification. So that would explain why Spawny has a metric ton of rupees rattling around in their wallet.
Something that'll be clarified for future events, I'm sure. Possibly a good chance to remind all of our dear viewers that this is, of course, our inaugural event, and thus won't be quite as polished as future years will be.
I will say this. The competitors who showed up today, that's the real story. And we are
Yes.
seeing, already today, we have seen some top tier gameplay across some of the most difficult challenges that the world, not just Zelda, has to offer. Alright, so Spawny reloading here. And it looks like Dark Ashton had to reset to reload as well. The Piranha Plant is notoriously
Both
difficult
of
to
them
get
racing
out.
to collect the last few rupees and the Piranha Plant figure this time. A very large and, by Spawny's view, a very uncooperative figure in its own right.
This is certainly going to be one of the major rules of this this endurance event. Is this Piranha Plant? It's such an awkwardly shaped and difficult figurine to collect, but that is the strategy there.
That is a
Lovely.
clean grab.
Yeah, really, really nice. You love to see that on Spawny's side. One of the crueler challenges in any Zelda game of all time, and this is a series that is notorious for cruel challenges. Very nice. Good, secure on Spawny's side. Dark Ashton loading back up on money and resetting.
Now we
Okay.
see a Poke figure here.
And it does look like Dark Ashton is just going to go for the Piranha Plant without exiting and resetting the money.
Uh-oh.
All right. Knocking the Piranha Plant over.
Oh, did that grab?
What?
That grabbed.
What is going on?
Got some funny little physics going on there. I'm impressed.
I haven't seen the underarm carry of that Piranha Plant employed before.
It was a 1 arm out of 4 secure. That was really incredible. Dark Ashton putting on a show with that one. Incredible.
Showcasing why these are the best of the best.
Okay. Dark Ashton securing the only rupee on the board right now. Obviously, this is a little risky. If you have to pay half the price of that rupee just to try and secure it, it's kind of like healing your Pokemon with a potion in a battle when you're losing 10 points each round. You're only getting 1 extra attack.
Do what you got to do. Currently, Spawny has about a half-round lead. See if Ashton can catch up.
Yes, we're on to the Bow Wow round, and this is another one where it's like, oh well, it's a ball. It should be pretty easy to grab, but like it's still a big one, and you have to have just the absolute most perfect timing to be able to grab this.
Plus, if you look at the physics of the Bow Wow doll, as Dark Ashton does it like a nice trick shot to collect the cactus there. Bow Wow actually has kind of like heavier weight on the bottom of the sphere. So if you watch, always bounces back to be facing, straight up like that. There you go. This is a good example.
It is very wobbly.
Yeah, makes it all the worse to try and secure.
Also, as a note, this is the final figure, so we have come to the finale. So whoever can collect the Bow Wow and the 3 rupees will be our champion. Both competitors struggling to get a hold of this ball creature.
No, but I don't think that's gonna. Although Spawny got Bow Wow into no man's land, it remains to be seen if that's going to. Oh no, never mind. Bow Wow decided absolutely not.
Ooh, Bow Wow moving out of the sliding platforms. That could give Spawny the edge. Well, if it can sit still for 30 seconons.
That was some beautiful pushing and movement of the Bow Wow there, just like you're giving it the right amount of spin so that it just processes and spins out off of the moving platform, putting it into a much more favorable position.
All right, it looks like some rupee collection, yeah. Oh, hold on, Dark Ashton. No, it got caught and didn't go all the way down.
All right, Spawny going in for another run. Both competitors are determined to try to get their hands on this problem sphere.
The worst kind of orb.
As opposed to the best kind of orb, a Borb. Rowlet.
I'm lost. Oh, Rowlet, sure.
Bird
I'll
Ball.
accept that. Yeah, I'll accept that. 100%.
What impresses me, if you guys were doing this run, would you go for the rupees first just to take them off the table, or would you save them for last, as our competitors seem to be doing?
Oh, Spawny!
We got to grab. We got to grab.
Oh!
It's that weight that you were talking about coming into play, being too heavy for one of the claws to hold on to.
I will, to answer your direct question, no, I would not have the courage to go for the figure. I would immediately go for the rupees. My cowardice would win out.
That was Spawny's last grab.
Oh no!
Oh no!
She thought she had it.
I think
the win is Ashton's for the tanking.
The arm did not lock in place when the Bow Wow was in position and slipped out.
Looks like Ashton trying to change strategies, go for the rupees perhaps.
Yeah, Ashton needs to keep an eye on her rupee count and make sure that she has enough attempts.
Bow Wow knocking over the heart piece.
So it's just the wobble mechanics on that ball. Can't blame Dark Ashton for reloading here. I think that this is a wise maneuver, and I don't know if Ashton knows it, but the game's hers for the taking. It's like going back in for potentially the 20 here. Yeah.
Yep.
Really good precision movement on the rupees. You can see the practice that these runners have paying off. The figures are sort of unpredictable, and they kind of just do whatever they're going to do. But the rupees, you can pretty regularly get those to cooperate. So nice to see our runners making that happen.
Very impressive. All right. Now the troublemaker once again. See if grabbing those rupees served as enough of a warm-up.
It's just the size of that orb is painful. Like, you can see the claw hands just sort of getting stuck as Dark Ashton tries to lower and grab the ball. Just not happening.
So precise.
Waiting on the wobble to stop, and okay.
Ooh. Goes down, closes.
Is the heart piece gonna get in the way?
Okay. It's not. There's a loose.
Is it gonna break free? We have a winner, folks. Dark Ashton.
Yes. Very, very nice. I mean,
very impressive.
That was something to behold right there.
Bringing home the gold for the social media team. Well done.
Yeah, you do. You love to see it. As you mentioned, Jackson, we've got first place going to Ashton on social media, second place going to Spawning on the Dungeon Runners team, and third place going to Alex with the writing team. I do think that maybe there was some confusion in the terms or the rules. So, in the future, we'll check that out. But big shout out to Ashton on that solid win. I was impressed by what I saw.
Certainly.
Now, what we have coming up next is something that I, as a big speedrun fan, have been looking forward to. We have a relay race for Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. The time's going to start upon the entry of the first dungeon in Z1 by the first player. Link's going to get to the Triforce, and then we're going to go to the second player for Dungeon 2. Once that player finishes Dungeon 2 and touches the Triforce, we're going to switcheroo over to Zelda 2, one of the games of all time. Third player's getting into the first dungeon, and after they put the crystal in the statue, we'll go to player 4 to finish it out with Dungeon 2. The runners are only going to have the base items from the start of the game. They aren't going to be able to do any pre-farming of rupees or hearts. So this is going to be skill-based, experience-based, and really showing off the talent that they are bringing to the table. What do you two think? Who are you rooting for in this?
Well, it comes down to a direct head-to-head between the Dungeon Runners team and the Riding team, so I think it's safe to say who we're rooting for. Riding team all the way.
Well, I am being one of the star athletes on the Dungeon Runners team. I'm going to be competing in this one. I'm going to be playing Zelda 2, despite having never played Zelda 2 before. It's definitely going to be me, and totally not my fantastic fiance, who is actually very good at the game, that is going to be playing.
So no, I just know like crouch in the bottom left corner and stab maneuvers, or what are we expecting to see here?
Oh yeah, there's going to be some absolutely fantastic techniques employed in both of these games going on. Yeah, in Zelda 2, we're going to see a lot of crouch stabs, and these are speedrun events. These are going to be trying to get through it as quickly as possible. So yeah, it's pure test of skill.
It's going to be very technical.
All right, checking in with tech to see if we are ready to go. I think that this is the one I've been looking forward to most. The only thing I think I'm looking forward to more than this is, of course, the greatest game of all time: Link's crossbow training. But Tech, how are we feeling?
Looks like we're ready to go. Starting off, Spawny versus Jared for Zelda 1 Dungeon Run, or Dungeon 1.
I think you were right both ways.
Yeah, Dungeon 1 run.
Don't try and say that 5 times fast.
And away we go.
Oh, both of them exiting and re-entering. Interesting.
That's a trick to get the first door unlocked without using a key, I believe.
Huh. The more you know. Both taking different paths.
Yeah, Jared is going to collect a small key, whereas Spawny is just heading straight through into the dungeon as Spawny is going to be going in through a different path through the dungeon that Jared is, I believe.
Nice.
Jared,
Collecting
Good
the bow.
good block clip there, by the way, on Spawny's side. And collecting the bow.
That'll come in handy for later, I imagine. Jared hot on his tail.
Oh,
Ooh. Losing a bit of time, taking some damage.
that's a Binding of Isaac runner. I regret that those blocks were ever made and that Edmund McMillan got the idea to put them in his game.
Always a shame. You hate to see it.
Oh, the runners bypassed the map. Now that's a surprise. All right, nice to see Jared pick
all
up
right,
the map.
we've reconvened our alternate pass here, and it's looking a lot closer now.
Jared opting to forego the bow, it seems. And Spawning using the bombs to quickly dispatch of Gleok. Wow.
All right,
No.
Jared
Is that
using the
Gleok? That's Gleok, right? I
Aquaman.
had the wrong boss.
All right, looks like Spawny takes it first. We're gonna go on to Dungeon 2, our next runner. All right, here's Wes up on your left-hand side. Jared takes the Triforce on your right-hand side.
And then we have Dark Jackson coming back to represent Riding Team.
Everyone who remembers watching the Zelda Dungeon Marathon back in the summer just gone by is going to remember Moogle Mania, one of the highlights of the marathon. Everyone in attendance there did a speed run of this dungeon.
It's nice to see the technical skills gained by the old run share.
Wes got the lead.
This room is the first room that you have to kill all of the enemies in. We got all of these ropes. Wes does do a good job with that. And Jackson playing. Is it with your feet? Sorry, I'll let you focus.
Yeah, Dark Jackson. Any commentary on your strategies here?
Using the bomb to clear out the room saved a bit of time. Catching the two up, it is neck and neck.
Dodongo
And a
with
quick dispatch of the Dodongo.
by Dark You.
Wes
done.
getting
And there we go. Riding Team takes the lead.
RNG'd by the Dongo, but going for the stab. Okay.
And collecting the heart piece after. All right, Nick
for good
for your right hand side for the Riding Team over here. On the way down into the first dungeon of Zelda 2. The last place that most Zelda 2 players actually visit.
One of the most brutal games in the entire franchise.
People who love this game and think everyone else should just get good.
People who can speedrun this game are insane.
It's really a marvel. Myth, are you? Is this your fiance or is this you? What's the story?
My fiance has seen the situation of the race and is
Fiance saw the first event and took over.
It's gonna she's gonna bring the dungeon runners back here.
She's got a bit of catching up to do.
Yeah, Riding Team seems to have a pretty solid lead here. I mean, very commanding lead. All right, and Miss Fiance through the locked door.
Ooh, Nick
Oh,
having trouble with the
these
skeleton there.
beautiful crouch stabs. Oh,
Yeah, good combat here in a game whose combat is notably
challenging.
punishing.
Oh, it's going to be
Yeah.
very close.
these this dungeon, there's a lot of annoying enemies that you have to constantly deal with throughout the whole thing, but we haven't got to the darkness yet, and that's going to be one of the main obstacles. After collecting this small key heading back down the elevator, we're going to encounter it.
The gap does seem to be closing a little bit.
Ever so slightly. So perhaps, Myth, as a speedrunner, perhaps you could explain for those who are less familiar, myself, with the screen pause and cancel. That's some sort of speedrunning tech, I assume, yes?
The pause cancel. Oh, when you collect enough experience, you get that menu pop up with the option of selecting what you want to put points into,
okay. So
and you can. It's automatic. You can't control that; it just happens, and then you get to choose if you cancel and hold those points for later, or if you buy an upgrade. So we've gone for. It looks like.
I've not played this game in over 20 years.
We're all tied up here.
Really intense here. I'm loving to see it. Also, I don't know if the Zelda creators intentionally are like, yeah, let's just make Darknuts awful in every game. But I feel like that's the conversation.
And
Dungeon Runners
there's
is
the
taking
lead
the
for Dungeon Runners. All right, and we got Horsehead, first boss of the game.
Everybody's favorite boss.
So so far, both of our runners have put points into health and damage, which is basically all you need. We're not using any magic.
I will say Horsehead, perhaps one of the only Zelda bosses they just left in drafts and didn't bother reusing again later. And if they did, I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
Yeah,
Okay,
Horsehead's
what if they brought him
really
back in the
tricky
next
first
game?
boss, because the hitbox on his Horsehead that you're trying to hit is basically the ears. It's so high up you have to like really hit it at the top of your jump. But yeah, excellent dungeon 1 there.
Yeah,
All right.
and it looks like Moogle's got a pretty commanding head start. Rod coming in right after, and those Nest graphics just hurting my eyes. Oof.
Look at him go. Rod's got his work cut out for him to try to close that gap.
Looks like Moogle's taking on the mob there. Very good.
Nice platforming skills, just going right over the top.
Yeah, this game to me ends up looking more like the Legend of Mario more than the Legend of Zelda half the time. All right, and Rod's got the key now secured as well, while Moogle is making their way back over all of these shells. Oh wow, nice stab from the top there.
Moogle
Got the
just
real Hollow Knight
absolutely
strats going.
Clean. As if nothing's even happening. Oh,
Rod struggled a little more in that gel room.
that might have cost him there. With something like this where it comes down to frames of a difference.
Is still anyone's race, but I have to agree with Jackson that may have been it. That might have been the room that defined the difference. And our runners, I believe, are coming up on a high five here.
Yeah.
Much as
Moogle
I hate to admit
is absolutely a high class runner. They're exceptional at this game, but still, there's going to be the odd enemy that is going to pose obstacles and cause issues.
Rod dancing with the slimes.
The top stabs on Moogle, just excellent to see.
Moogle's in a class of his own. Look at him go.
Really quite impressive. No waiting on the platform there, just jumping up, doing those top stabs and collecting the key.
Moogle from the top rope.
So we definitely have had some divergence because Rod is ahead of where Moogle is right now. Moogle's about to get into the same. Yeah, Moogle is slightly behind, but they've gone out of their way to collect. I'm not sure exactly what Moogle went to collect first, but we'll see if they get any advantage out of this.
I think it was a key. To be honest, I don't remember. That said, Moogle, very clearly a professional here. I imagine he knows what he's doing.
Oof, look at these blocks coming down. And there
Tetris
goes
striking
Moogle.
back with a vengeance.
Moogle avoids the Tetris. Rod activating the fairy mode to get through the room. Whereas it looks like Moogle is just going straight for it.
It's the key.
Ah.
All right, both of our runners collecting the glove and on their way.
Yeah, Rod using up their magic in order to use the fairy, go through and avoid using the key, whereas Moogle went out of their way to go and grab a key. So they still have their magic.
That said, Rod took a level in magic to get it all back. A clever usage.
Yeah, really. Look at this. Look at how down to the wire these guys are.
The time lost from that level selection allowed Moogle to catch up, and now he is hot on Rod's trail.
Yeah, this is. I mean,
Moogle,
they are almost in sync here.
Moogle has a lot of experience available at this point to be able to spend on something else, like a life up there.
Oh no!
Oh no,
Rod died. I hate to say it. I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's probably a wrap. Wow, you hate to see it happen like that. I mean, not like this.
Dungeon 2 is I almost certainly the hardest dungeon here out of all of them in this relay. So yeah, this is taking a death is not unreasonable in this as well. And with Dungeon 2, taking it in Zelda 2, taking a death just puts you at the beginning of the room that you're in, so it's not the biggest time loss.
I hate to say it, when you're going against someone like Moogle, you can't afford a death, because look at him go.
Yeah, that's just an unbelievable play. I mean, it's so impressive. Just those jumps and then the stabs. No delay. Look at that. Look.
Like,
oh wow.
Frame perfect.
Just super impressive to watch. And a game that I've managed to successfully play about 12 minutes of. It's really quite something.
I've beaten it once, and then never again.
I have maybe 20 minutes of game time in this.
you beat me. Wow.
Right.
Nice on Rod, though. Those were good.
Looks like Rod has retaken the lead, actually, having skipped another key. Likely going for the fairy strat once again.
Dark Nut, famously super easy enemy to defeat.
Yep, there it is. Fairy through the door.
Moogle using the
Top of
key.
the Dark Nuts. Like they're not even there.
Moogle treating them much the same. It's really very impressive.
All right.
Also, this guy just regenerating helmets and then his head.
Russian nesting helmets. Oh, it's going to be close.
I thought about adopting this style at work myself.
Oh no!
Oh,
One bar
so
each.
close!
Moogle!
Oh,
Moogle
Great difference!
Oh, that's so incredible.
What a close race.
That was so good.
Coming down to the wire.
You'd love to see it. I mean, going out on that is incredible.
That is incredible.
What a race by all of our runners. I don't think we were prepared for how good that was going to be.
Yeah, for the length of this, coming down to that close, that was incredible. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Pulse pounding. I'm blown away. I think that all of the runners did really well there, especially Myth, your fiance, and then Jackson, your dark clone. Way to go!
Absolutely, everybody nailing it. Very impressive.
How did you guys feel about the performance of those standing in for you?
Honestly, I think that event might have been the highlight for me thus far. That was exciting to watch. The back and forth between the two teams was impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
I think
that's just like a highlight of why we're here. Like, if anyone wants to take it like a highlight moment out from this, so at least for me so far, like this has been it. This absolutely outstanding stuff.
100%.
we are very lucky because we have 3 more competitions left for you in today's events. Jackson, why don't you tell us what's coming up next?
All right, so the next one, we're going back to the good old cuckoos with a collection minigame, this time from Minish Cap. Players will play 3 round, or no, the final round. Play the final round to try to collect the 3 cuckoos for Anju's game. Fastest time wins. No gimmicks, no specials, just pure speed racing.
Oh, wait, what? Okay.
And once again, it's going to be a head-to-head between the dungeon runners and riding teams.
Well, I didn't know about nothing special. I'm definitely going to be showing something very special. Like, okay,
Gonna show us what you can do again?
Yeah, I mean, Minish Cap is my game, and I've had to do this final round many times, so I'm very prepared for this in more ways than just mentally.
Well, thankfully, Minish Cap is a delightful game to play, and the controls are all really nice, so you'll get to have a little fun.
Let's see what we got.
Right, let's get into this. Put the gloves on.
All right, here we go. All right, Myth's fiance running all the way over to the chicken over here.
Following a similar path.
So like there's a little bit of route divergence here.
Collecting both cuckoos at the same time versus Sherry going one at a time, it seems.
Really flying in the face of the classic wisdom, if you chase 2 chickens, you'll lose them both. I mean, what a professional. All right, that looks like several down at once for Myth and or Myth's fiance.
Absolutely clean house. And now just knocking on the door to see who's home.
Rather insistent. Sherry got the chicken back. All right, there's another.
Just in time. All right. I hate to say it, but that one, Myth's fiance absolutely sweeping with it.
Yeah, that was really quite impressive. Myth, your comments. Let's hear from you. You directly.
Oh, right. Oh no, that was me. That's all me. Oh yeah, no.
That's why we didn't hear you.
Yeah,
very impressive.
No, I was locked in. That 26 on the clock. That's one of my best times.
Is that the IL world record for this particular category?
I haven't set a time that well, so I don't really know of anyone who can do a performance at that level. So I'm just going to assume it's world record.
Okay, I mean, you heard it here first. There was a world record displayed today at the Olympics, as one hopes that there always will be.
All right. Myth, what do we have for the next event?
All right, yeah, let's us head over to, we're going even further back, staying in the handheld realm. We're going back to Link's Awakening, back on the Game Boy. And we are going to be doing the Royal Rapids. In this event, we are going to be going and riding the rapids through the, riding a raft through the rapids, using the hookshot to speed boost our way through, and it is just a straight up race, start to finish. First person to the end wins. Try and set the fastest time you can.
And it's a classic aspect of this game, one that I thought that the remake did very lovingly and well, but the original has all of its charm to it and all of that classic Game Boy movement. And I
sorry.
See this.
Most items.
I am getting correction here. It's not a race. It's collecting all the items.
The judges did send us an angrily worded letter about that. I'm a little scared now. Let's
To be fair,
let's
that's
move
why
on.
we're here in the booth and not down there in the rapids.
All right. A team, are we ready to show the rapids off?
Let's see what we got. Once again, a head-to-head between the riding team and dungeon runners. Representing riding team, we have Jared, and representing the dungeon runner team, we have Balamer.
Love to see this. I mean, this takes me all the way back to childhood. The graphics of this, everything is, it's so much fun. This is very nostalgic for me.
Such a pretty game, even for the console that it was on. All right, and off they go.
I do love Palamer bringing the chicken along. It's really a nice touch.
Trusty sidekick.
Emotional support chicken.
The seems to be the mascot of the Olympics. So many of them today.
I see that we're doing we've got route divergence.
Yeah,
going
it
on
seems.
here.
I believe, based on my experience of this, I think Jared may be taking a better line here.
Let's see.
So tricky to control. Although you could cheese it a little more in 1993s than you can in 2019s.
Jared going for a fun little loop-de-loop. Ooh, and
Nice
a bulk
triple
pickup
grab
there.
there. Yeah, very nice.
Be interesting to see which path ends up being the correct one.
Like Jared's got another few here.
Yeah.
Using the bounces to sort of control and stay in place, which is famously how physics works.
Absolutely. These raps are very kind.
All right. I mean, it's down to the judges, but
Yeah, the judges will have been counting the items collected.
19 by Jared.
We'll see if the judges are capable of counting.
And 14 by Palamer, meaning riding team takes the win.
it has been a back and forth. I mean, as I consider the 11 games that have led us to this point, gentlemen, I think that it's pretty close up there at the top. You've been trading blows back and forth. What do you think is going to happen here in this last one?
I think the riding team is going to come back and redeem ourselves and prove that we are the superior team.
Okay. All right. Myth, do you have any specific comment on that?
Well, I mean, obviously the dungeon runners have the pedigree and the high standards to prove once and for all that we are the best asset here at Zelda Dungeon.
Assuming that asset isn't deployed against collecting items in the rapids. Am I right? All right. We're coming up to our final competition of the day. And this is the game that you have been waiting for. This is the game that you have clamored for. This is the figure skating of the Zelda Dungeon Olympics. That is, of course, Link's crossbow training. Our runners are going to go into stage 3-2. They're going to point and they're going to shoot. And the highest score is going to be the one that wins. I mean, this is in the pantheon of Zelda games. I think that there are a few games that come up to the level of this game. How are you guys feeling about this one?
I think this is going to be very interesting to see. The camera controls of Link's crossbow training, sometimes not the best, depending on some of the levels. And
Do what?
Level 3-2, notoriously difficult with the way the balloons float around. So it'll be impressive to see how they manage to combat that technical limitation. Yeah,
this is absolutely going to come down to the wire. It's highly anticipated what's going to go down here. Obviously, best of luck to all of our competitors. Very important they keep in mind that the motion detector is located between the monitors, and that's the.
And if you have any infrared lights lighting your streaming setup, turn those off. Trust me. All right, are we ready to go? Let's throw it back over here, see if our tech is set and ready.
All right, the final event begins.
All right, we have got Jackson from the writing team, a person I am not familiar with, Palmer for Dungeon Runners, and Aaron from the social media team.
Aaron from the social media team. Look at that. Wow, look at Aaron go.
This is incredible.
Pinpoint precision.
One of the most beautiful games ever made. I mean, gaze upon it, look at it. It's just amazing.
Seeing the difference in the sensitivity as well. Which seems to be a bit of a hindrance for the writing team. The movements are more sluggish compared to the other two.
I don't know that we had the dark horse pulling away with this one, but social media team seems to be taking this one away.
I mean, this event is much like the sprinting. You know, you're going to be having US and Russia competing for like medals here, but everyone knows that the gold is going to Jamaica.
Jeezums.
Wow.
Aaron and the social media team coming in a resounding first.
That was a crushing victory. I mean, that was you guys both lost that one. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, there was first place, and then there was the rest. Kudos to Aaron. That was incredible.
Got to give big shout out there. All right, so first went to Aaron on social media, second to Palmer on Dungeon Runners, and third to Jackson on the writing team.
Not me, other Jackson.
Other Jackson.
Yeah.
All right,
folks.
Jackson, take it away.
With that, that concludes our inaugural Zelda Dungeon Olympics. All of the events have been completed. All of the teams competed. They fought their hearts out. These were some of the best runners, the best Zelda athletes across the world. In the end, only one team could win. Fourth place was the podcast team. Third place, social media team. I'm afraid to say second place was the writing team. And I must defer that first place was Dungeon Runners. Well done. Well done to everybody.
Myth, how do you feel? I mean, this is your moment. This is your podium. I think you're speaking for you and all your friends. So,
I mean, I've been talking big game this whole event, but I can't describe how close this has actually been. Massive props to the writers team. You've kept us humble. We didn't just run away with this. It was a tight fight throughout the entire thing, and it could have gone either way at the end.
Myth, it sounds like the judges have tallied the final scores. Do you want to give us a rundown on the breakdown of medals between everybody? Number finishes?
Absolutely. So in terms of the gold medals, we have Dungeon Runners on 5 gold medals, with the writing team on 4, social media on 2, and the podcast on 1. And then in the silver medals, Dungeon Runners and the writing team is both on 4, social media on 3, and podcast on 1. And in the bronze, Dungeon Runners have 2, writing team has 3, social media has 2, and so does the podcast team.
I mean, honestly, I think that the numbers are skewing pretty close there. I think that what that speaks to is the incredible level of talent across Zelda Dungeon. Now, I don't think anyone's terribly surprised by that, especially if you've tuned in prior. There is an incredible level of gameplay talent here across all of the teams. And the fun thing is that, each of these teams being as cross-disciplinary as they are, this is just goes to show the talents they have are not relegated to just writing or to just socials or anything else. They also have incredible gameplay talent too. So just an impressive show from everyone. And I just want to give a big congratulations to everyone who competed today.
Of course. And of course, thank you to the audience so very much for being here, tuning in for the first event, watching, and we hope you had a fantastic time while you were here.
Thanks, everybody.